Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a great white shark. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. To the right, draw another circle as a guide for the back portion of the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. Pay attention to the distance between the circles. If you draw them too far apart, the body will be too long. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. On the left side of the first circle, draw a big triangular shape as a guide for the head. This guide is made up of 2 long sloping lines that come to a point on the left side. Pay attention to how big this guide is in relation to the first circle. The shape of this guide should be similar to an arc on its side with a pointy top. Now connect the circles using 2 long horizontal lines to finish the guide for the torso. Curve the line at the bottom more than the line at the top. These guides should form one long continuous line with the head. Pay attention to the distance between the lines so that the torso is wide. On the right side, draw another big triangular shape as a guide for the back portion of the body. This guide is made up of 2 long sloping lines for the top and bottom, and a short line on the right side. Pay attention to the length of this guide in relation to the rest of the body. This triangular guide should be a lot thinner than the triangular guide for the head. To the right, draw 2 long diagonal lines for the first part of the guide for the tail. Draw the bottom line shorter than the top line. Close off the shape on the right using a long vertical line. On top of the body, draw another triangle-like shape as a guide for the dorsal fin. The line on the left should be more diagonal than the line on the right. Under the body, draw 2 more diagonal lines as guides for the pectoral fin. The line on the left side of this shape should also be more diagonal than the line on the right side. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, draw a small circle for the eye. Place the eye close to the middle of the guideline. Sketch lightly at first, and when you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. Inside the eye, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. Shade the eye, but don't overlap the tiny highlight circle. Use the dark value to shade the eye. To the left of the eye, close to the bottom edge of the head, draw a tiny curved shape for the nostril. Below the eye and nostril, draw a horizontal line for the first part of the mouth. The right tip of the mouth should touch the edge of the first circle. On the right side, bend the line down. Now darken the guide on the left side to create the shape of the head. Make the left tip of the head pointy. Draw the mouth and head as one long continuous line. Below the horizontal line, draw a short sloping line for the bottom part of the open mouth. This line should touch the bottom edge of the guide. Now darken the guide at the bottom to create the lower jaw. Curve the left side of this line toward the mouth. Draw the line for the lower jaw slightly lower than the initial guideline. On the left side, draw a few tiny triangular shapes for teeth. Draw a couple more rows of teeth inside the mouth using more tiny triangular shapes. Draw only a few teeth, don't overcrowd the mouth. Use the triangular shape on top of the body as a guide to draw the dorsal fin. Draw the shape of the dorsal fin along the basic path of the guideline. Make the lines on the sides curvier as you darken the shape. Make the top tip of the shape round instead of pointy. Use the triangular shape that's under the body as a guide to draw the pectoral fin the same way. Follow the path of the guide, but make the lines more curved as you darken the shape. At the top, make the lines longer so that they're inside the body. Make the bottom tip of the fin rounder than the guide. Bend the line on the right toward the left so that it almost closes the shape of the fin. Use the triangular shape on the right side as a guide to draw the tail that's also called the caudal fin. Darken the top and bottom parts of the guide. Curve the right edge of the caudal fin farther to the left than the guideline. Pay attention to how this line bends so that the top of the fin is thinner than the bottom. The overall shape of the caudal fin should be thinner than the initial guideline. To the left of the tail, on top of the body, draw a small triangular shape for another fin. Under the body, draw an even smaller angled line for another fin. To the left, draw a slightly bigger angled line for the pelvic fin. Curve the tips of these shapes so that they're not too pointy. Now use the remaining shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the body. Simply darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the body. Don't overlap the fins as you darken the lines for the body. The shape of the body should be made up of long continuous lines. Inside the body, to the left of the pectoral fin, draw a series of vertical lines for the gills. Now erase the initial guidelines. The next few steps are sped up so that the video won't be too long. Don't worry about erasing all of the guidelines, it's okay if you leave some behind. Redraw any of the final lines that you may have accidentally erased. Now shade your drawing. Draw a wavy line across the body to indicate the counter shading or the separation of color on the body. Now shade the top part of the body using a medium value. Shade lightly at first and gradually build up to a darker value. For a light value, push down very lightly on your pencil, then push down harder for darker values. Use a light value on the top part of the body for a highlight. If you'd like, you can add a small indentation on the top part of the tail called the subterminal notch. Shade slowly and evenly for a smooth texture on the body. Use a slightly darker value for the area around the eyes and the fins. Use a dark value for the inside of the mouth too. Add a light value on the underside of the body to create shadows. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. Shading can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. It's a good idea to use reference as you shade for a more accurate depiction of a great white shark. Keep shading until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the great white shark. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. Also subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.